Hey guys, Ragnarok54 here, and welcome back to another RuneScape video. Today I will be telling you guys everything you need to know about the first batch of the Elf City, which will be released on Monday. They made that announcement a few days ago, and they released the last behind the scenes video for the Elf City, even did a live stream giving a lot of information about the Elf City, and so I decided that there was definitely enough information out about the city, and because the city is actually right around the corner, this would be a good time to make this video. So before you go off getting excited to go into the Elf City, you should probably know that not everyone can go in there. You need to have completed the quest called Plague's End. So this quest isn't super easy. It requires a lot of levels, level 75 in 10 different levels, so it's not just a quest that anyone can do. But that's not what I'm going to be talking about in this video. If you do want to know about that quest, I've put a link to the guide along with the requirements in the description, so if you want to check that out, then you can go ahead and go to that wiki page. But in this video, I was really wanting to focus on keeping it shorter, and because of that, I'm only going to talk about what's going to be inside the city and why you should be excited about it. So, what this city is going to be comprised of is a central tower called the Tower of Voices, surrounded by 8 different sections, which are each inhabited by a clan of elves. And each clan is devoted to 2 different skills, or in some cases, it's not really a skill, but they're devoted to a certain thing. So with the first batch, what that means is they're only releasing half of the city. If you guys have seen a screenshot of the Elf City minimap, which I'll put on the screen right now, you can see that it's kind of half of the whole circle. If you guys look at the world map, this is where the Elf City is going to be. So the screenshot only shows about half of this. So in the first half, they're going to be releasing the Iorwerth, Kadarn, Krurs, and Treherne clans, along with the Central Tower of Voices, of course. So in the Tower of Voices, this is going to be right in the middle. There's going to be a lodestone right smack dab in the middle. You can activate it the first time you go here, and I would definitely recommend doing that, because it would kind of suck to go there, forget to activate the lodestone, go back to wherever you're going, and then realize that you can't get back easily. So first thing is a lodestone, and around that lodestone is going to be a grand exchange. Yes, a grand exchange. There's now multiple grand exchanges in the game. It's not just the one in Varrock. That's going to be very interesting to see how that changes the population of the one in Varrock. Definitely probably going to be more focused for the lower levels now, because of the levels required to get into the Elf City. It also has a decanter there, that's pretty useful. Has a challenge quartermaster like the one in Berthorpe. That's going to be pretty cool. Permanent bonfire. So you go out to one of the kind of balconies on the Tower of Voices, and there's just a bonfire that's always there. You don't have to worry about it going out halfway through an inventory, so you can now effectively and 100% AFK fire making. That's going to be pretty exciting because I'm not 99 fire making yet, so I'll be definitely using that. There's also, this doesn't really interest me, but there's a place where you can turn in chronicle fragments for divination. I don't really divinize. I wonder what the verb form for that is. I don't do divination too much, so that's not affecting me too much, but if you guys are hardcore divinationers, then that's going to be pretty awesome for you. You don't have to go all the way to the World Wake Shrine. There's also going to be some portals, so these portals will lead to various places around RuneScape. There's also a house portal there, so it costs quite a bit of money to set 1 mil, but once you do that, it's pretty much replacing a Varrock tab if you did use Varrock tabs to get to the Grand Exchange, because it's right next to the Grand Exchange, so you can just set your house portal teleport to outside the portal, use your house tab, and then go right to the Grand Exchange. So that's going to be pretty cool. There's also going to be portals to clan citadels, ports, dungeoneering, sinkholes, stuff like that. Just pretty cool portals. Also in the Tower of Voices, there's going to be a farming patch, and this time it's going to be for a crystal tree. So if you do happen to get a crystal seed, which you are very lucky if you do, I do not have one, then you can plant it there, of course, with the respective farming level. So, surrounding this Tower of Voices, as I said earlier, are several clans. There's going to be 8 of them. In the first release, there's only going to be 4. And the first of these 4 is the Iorwerth. This is the one that I'm most excited about personally, of the first batch at least, because it's Slayer, and my favorite skill is Slayer. So there's going to be a new level 85 Slayer Master, which I am super excited about. You can do all sorts of new things with it. There's even a weekly B&B you can do, which you go against waves of monsters that get harder and harder and see how far you can go. Get rewarded for your progress, or how far you've gone. You can get preferred tasks, which is going to be amazing. I can't wait to do that. I'm not sure how it works yet. They haven't really talked about that. But it'll cost some points to get preferred Slayer tasks instead of a random one. And what's different about this one compared to Kuradel is it's basically gives the same tasks as Kuradel does right now, except without the bad tasks that everyone pretty much cancels, like jungle strike rooms and stuff like that. Also, it's going to give you more of the ones that people like. So the awesome tasks like Abyssal Demons and stuff like that, you can get more of them. Also, don't worry if you have like a ton of Ferocious Rings, because I know I do in my bank. You can spend some points to make them change their teleport location from Kuradel to the new Slayer Master. There's also this thing they talked about in yesterday's live stream. If you guys tuned in, you know about this, the Hall of Fame challenge. It's basically killing bosses with certain debuffs on you, like Dominion Tower or I think Nightmare Zone and Old School. I've never actually played that, so don't quote me on that. But you basically do that with kill bosses with debuffs for XP rewards, and yeah, so there's that. The next clan is the Treherne. So this is the mining and smithing clan. I'm going to be pretty happy about this, not right when it comes out because I don't have the levels to use it yet. You actually need 89 smithing and mining, and I don't have either of those right now, but I can probably get them up pretty quickly if I really want to do this, because it is going to be pretty good XP. And what you can actually do there is mine lots of different rocks. They're going to have runite, adamant, coal, the works. They're also going to have gem rocks that don't have the crappy gems, so that's going to be pretty useful. And they also have smithing, as I mentioned earlier. They're the smithing and mining clan. Basically, what it is smithing. It's like what ivy is to woodcutting, but for smithing. So you smith this stackable ore that you get from mining Saren stones. It's untradeable ore, so don't worry about that. You smith it into nothing. So you could basically mine a ton of this ore and then just smith it for 5 minutes until it automatically logs you out, which would be pretty awesome if you're looking to AFK smithing, and it also would be free. So as long as you're not maxed mining, then this is a very good method to train both of those skills. So when the Voice of Saren, which is a voice, I guess, it's basically a thing that gives a random boost to a certain clan's area for a certain amount of time, and when it hits the Treherne clan, what it does is gives extremely concentrated ore, and you can mine it really fast, and same with gem rocks and stuff like that. That's going to be pretty cool, so you want to rush to the rock that gets concentrated or something when the Voice of Saren hits that place. There's also going to be a tree farming patch, not really related to mining or smithing, but they spread out some patches that are throughout the city. Alright, so the next clan is the Farming and Woodcutting clan. And I'm not going to try to pronounce the name. It's like Corys or something. It's Crwys. Not really sure how that's pronounced. It might be Kurs or something. I haven't watched the behind the scenes video in a while. But it is farming and woodcutting. So they do have these new woodcutting spots where it's basically a massive tree that's growing up from the ground. If you guys have watched any of the videos, you'll know that the elf city is above the ground. So if you look here, it's not just going to be right here, it's going to be above right here, and there's like a valley underneath. So these trees are pretty much growing from the valley underneath, and they've reached the city. It's almost like a massive tree house has been built on these branches, and you can cut these branches, and they're like magic yew and ivy stuff, so it's all sorts of different trees that you can cut. It's going to be pretty cool to have magic trees because it's fairly close to a bank, and also there's crystal geodes that you can get from the trees. It's not just going to be crystal trees now. That's not too exciting for me personally because woodcutting is woodcutting no matter where it is or what it looks like. Farming patches, because this is the one dedicated to farming, there is more than just a random farming patch in it. They have an Elder Tree patch, which if you guys have gotten the summer membership package and got the Enlightenment Aura with the Crystal Amulet, you probably have at least one Elder Seed by now. And if you have the farming level, you can plant those in the Elder Tree Patch. You can also get them from like birds' nests after the city is released, dragon implings, crystal implings, rare drop type. Well, you can get it from various different sources after the Elf City is released. There's also going to be another herb patch, so now there's going to be 6 herb patches in the game. I'm excited about that. I mean, more money is more money. There's also going to be a spirit tree patch. Yeah, you can get another spirit tree. I mean, if you want to make your farming runs a little bit faster, you can teleport to that spirit tree, which will be very close to the herb patch and other things in that clan, like the woodcutting. So the last clan that will be released with the Batch 1 update is going to be the Cadarn clan. This clan is basically the clan of like the prestigious players of RuneScape, I guess. It does have like a battle staff shop, and after the second batch, the battle staff shop will be double the storage of Varrock, but for now it's just going to be the same as the one in Varrock. There's going to be a place where you can recharge your Dragonstone jewelry, like amulets of glory, rings of wealth, combat bracelets, stuff like that. Not going to be as out of the way as the one that you can do in the Heroes Quest. So that's going to be pretty useful. You don't have to keep on selling and rebuying different things like that if you just go to the place and recharge them. And the main attraction of the Cadarn clan is going to be the Max Guild. And you can only enter this if you have a Max Cape, so adding even more prestige to the Elf City. You can go inside the gardens, which don't really have too much stuff that you can do if you have a skill cape, so you only need 199 to enter the gardens, but really the only thing you can do in the gardens is look cool, and you have a few more, like 2 more portals. Like I mentioned earlier, there's quite a few portals in the city to various places around RuneScape. If you can enter the actual Max Guild, if you have a Max Cape, you do get a oh my goodness, I can't even speak, a free crystal acorn, so that's pretty cool. You don't have to get extremely lucky to get that. All you have to do is have a Max Cape. All you have to do. Not exactly an easy thing to get. There's also going to be a Challenge Quartermaster, Grand Exchange, Bank, portals to several different bosses around RuneScape, not just random places, and another bonfire. So pretty much the same thing as the Tower of Voices, except for prestigious people. So basically an elitist community will be there. I don't have a Max Cape, so I will not be going in there, but maybe one day I'll get it and go in there and use the permanent bonfire and feel cool about myself. So one thing that will be in the Elf City, but it's not dedicated to a certain clan, is the elves that are all throughout the city. You can actually pickpocket them for quite good rewards. You can get the level 85 crystal weaponry and tools. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm sure you guys have already heard about them. You need the dragon equipment to make them, like crystal hatchet requires a dragon hatchet so that they're not just obsolete. You can get them from pickpocketing as well as killing the ones in the Ironworth clan, the elves that are there that you can kill. They're going to be throughout the entire city that you can pickpocket, so there's not like a thieving clan. Also, there's going to be new crystal implings. They just give better rewards. There's going to be several titles you can get from the Elf City, but that's going to be more in the second batch of release, along with the achievement diary, so the task set. There's not going, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any when they release the first batch, but it's in the second batch that they will release that. As I mentioned, the voice of Saren, it doesn't give too many like huge bonuses. It's not like, oh my god, the voice of Saren came, but more like you get a little bit more XP. There's some small bonuses you can get. It's something you want to do, but it's not like completely necessary to survive if you get it. So that's all there's going to be in the first release of the Elf City. We already kind of know what's going to be in the second batch, but I'm going to wait until they do another live stream because that's where I got a lot of information on the first batch of the Elf City. So if you guys are looking forward to this first batch, let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Tell me what you guys are going to be doing when the Elf City comes out. Me personally, I'm probably going to be staying at the Slayer Master, getting all those awesome tasks, doing the D&D, and maybe checking out the mining and smithing spot. But anyways, if you did enjoy, as I said, leave a like, really helps, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.